I'd say that being an artist is political. Now, I know a lot of people can make debates. I've met artists, and I feel like to be an artist in itself is political. You can see throughout history how the arts and the political state of the world, the political and economic state of the world, we're really, really tied. That's why we've got recession music and all that jazz. They're really tied, even jazz itself, with the movements in New Orleans and stuff. They've always been tied, and it's really difficult to be an artist and not be political. There are, I'd say, politically neutral, I'd say, artists out there that really just stick to their music to stay out of trouble, I would say, by the public. But I feel like it really, really limits you as an artist. I feel like when you're an artist and you've been given such a gift of voice and the gift to be able to influence masses by what you create, you kind of have that responsibility. And I think one of the biggest issues that we have nowadays is that we are not holding people accountable to their character anymore, to having a good character anymore. And I think it's really important that we make the right artists famous. I think that with nowadays, people, just anyone can go viral, and sometimes it's not for the most, obviously I think there is space for every type of music, every type of artist, whatever it is they do or whatever it is they are. I think there is a space for everyone. But what I will say is, what is mainstream is really, really important for us as people to decide right now. I think we've stopped, we feel like obviously people are the way they are, and we shouldn't be entitled to them, providing for or giving back to society or whatever. But I feel like that comes from a very capitalistic mindset. And I think if you're an artist, it is your responsibility, it should be, morally at least, to give back to society that gives to you. And I think it's really important. I think you get really stuck behind and you never really leave a huge impact, because I feel like it's just not, you're more aligned as an artist when you break boundaries, when you are political, and especially if you're on the right side of politics, you're more aligned with your purpose, And I think by holding artists accountable, or holding not artists in general, but holding mainstream artists accountable and holding them to a standard where they have to be kind of like mascots for humanity, for the best of humanity, I think. And because of the influence that they have, if we were to do that, I think the world may likely be a better place. I think we have an issue nowadays where we're making, not to say that they don't deserve it. Every single person that is successful has worked hard in their own way. But I would say, in terms of society and what we need to evolve, we need to make the right people relevant, the right people important. The amount of impact that they have as artists when they choose to be politically neutral is very, very limited. Yes, they stay safe and there's longevity, but they are still not very brave, I believe. And I feel like, we, as human beings, as the human race, we're so focused on the technological advancement of things. But as much as that is important, I myself, I love science, obviously. I'm actually a scientist. And I am analytical. I love all things logic. But creative evolution is just as important. The complexity of the human mind and our emotions is vital to our evolution as well. Our values, our morals, that is literally what separated us from That it's like, I hate to say this, I know this is gonna sound controversial, but this is what separated us from other animals, and it made us intelligent beings. What made us intelligent beings was our creativity, our ability to think outside of the box. Science itself and logic and rational cannot exist alone without creativity. It takes that faith, it takes that ability to think outside of the box, to imagine things, to be able to find logical explanations for things. And if we as human beings do not emotionally evolve, do not, advance emotionally or creatively, and we keep on stifling this side of us, we aren't going to end up with no new ideas. Even when it comes to technological innovations, you have to be creative and think of these, back then UFOs and stuff like that were insane. Going to the moon was your imagination, part of your imagination. No one would believe you if you said that one day I wanted to go to the moon. And now that creative idea, that belief ended up becoming real because we then took the steps to find the technology to be able to achieve that. And I think if we, as the world, keep on stifling creativity and the creative mind and diminishing it and dismissing it, I think we will also fall behind technologically.